This conference will now be recorded.
Nakonda navigator. So today, would you like to go for understand the no list data type? What's the last class, Sumit and Vamsi?
String data.
Guys, wait for 1 minute. Okay. So in our last class is Krishna Vamsi. Yes, right. String data type we were done, right? Okay. Now let me talk about. So is there anything I missed it? I just look at once. If nothing is missed, then we can talk about next data type. Okay. So swap keys. Yeah, I think everything is done. Okay. Yeah. So nothing will be there inside of the string. Everything is done. Okay. Let's look for the another data type. Okay. So I would like to go for creating the new Jupyter file, and the name of the file is untitled. And here we just give the name is, which is a 1006 and 2022, and today we are talking about list data type. Okay, so when comes to the list data type, you already know the representation part. Vamsi, tell me what is the list data type? Vamsi, can you tell me what is the list data type? List means we're holding the data inside of the square brackets, right?
Yeah.
So inside of the square brackets, if you're holding some some elements, it may be dissimilar data type elements, which means we can hold the integer data, we can hold the float data, we can hold the complex type of data, we can hold the Boolean data, we can hold the none data, we can hold list inside of the list. Okay, we can hold tuple inside of the tuple. So tuple means what? Parenthesis, right?
Yep.
So meanwhile, inside of the square brackets, if I try to hold the set also, we can do it. Meanwhile, we can hold the dictionary type of data also, we can hold it. And last but not least, string type of data also we can hold inside of the square brackets. It won't give you any kind of error. Okay, it won't give you any kind of error. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you know, for example, if we have the two lists are there, if we have the two list elements are there, so if you want to be combine these two list, so combine means what? Concatenation, right? For that one, we can use the plus operator. When I'm using the plus operator, so a plus b. A plus b means a and b both are concatenated. Concatenation means adding together. Okay, yeah. So here 1 comma 2 comma 3, the resultant will be it's 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 you will be getting. But when we are using the plus operator, we have a method is which is underscore underscore. Which method it can invoke when I'm using the plus operator? When I'm using the plus operator, underscore underscore add underscore underscore method can be invoked, so that we are getting the same result for the both the operations. So even if I'm using the plus operation, even if I'm using the underscore underscore add underscore underscore method, it will give you the same result. Is there any question here?
No.
No, sir.
No, that's fine. Now, for example, you have a list which may have some elements. I want to repeat the same element continuously, okay, as the some resultant. So which means if I'm doing the a into 4, then you will be getting the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 times the 1 2 3 can be repeated. Clear? It's not multiplication of the each and every element, which is the repetitor. There's a star here which can be repetitor of that particular list of elements continuously. Okay, when I'm using the multiplication operator, we can use the underscore underscore m underscore underscore mul underscore underscore of, so the scalar number you can provide it, then both things will be give you the same result. Is it clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, so if we have a two list elements are there, if the two list elements are having the same elements, the two lists are having the same elements, then if I'm using the a equal to b, okay, so it can be returns the true. So if the both elements are same, then equal to operator can be returns the a true. Okay, so when I'm using the equal to operator, then internally we have a method is underscore underscore eq underscore underscore. This is the method only it can invoke. Okay, so this is the comparison operator. When I'm using this operator, this is the method only can invoke. Now, for example, if you want to be compare the not equal to means ne. Okay, ne means what? Not equal. So when I'm using the not equal, if the both variable or if the both data elements are different, then only it can be returns the true. But here both elements are same, right? So that not equal to was returns the false. Okay, so for example, less than. So so don't think about those particular operations result. Okay, just think about operator and corresponding method. So LT in the sense less than. So this is the method only can be invoked when I'm using this operator on the list data type. Okay, and for example, greater than. So when I'm using the greater than operator, okay, so internally we have a method is there, which is the GT method. It can be invoked. Okay, for example, if I'm using the less than or equal to. When I'm using the less than or equal to, we have a method is LE. LE means less than or equal to method. It can be in work. So greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to in the sense GG is the method. It can be in work when I'm using that specific operator. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question.
Sure, Kishore, tell me.
Sir, I can use divide, sir. Can I use divide?
No, no, no. We don't use the divider operators. Okay. So for example, if you have a list, okay, if I'm using the divider, then you will be getting an error. Okay. You will be getting this kind of type error. So the list, it is not supporting the mathematical operations. Okay. It is supported some list operations only. The list operations are, it's a less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, plus and multiplication. Okay, even if I do the subtraction, so for example, we have a list 1 comma 2 comma 3. If I have another list, and if I do the, okay, or even you can multiplication or division, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. Even if I do the a minus b, this kind of operation, this kind of operations, the Python is not the list data type is not supporting. Is it clear, Kishore?
Yes.
Only plus and multiplication, this both operators only possible, and that too there is a different operation it is doing. Plus operator, which is not adding the elements, which there are two lists are there, it are making a new list with help of those two lists, which is creating the new list. Okay, that is the use of the plus operator. And in case of multiplication operator, okay, make sure that if one particular list, if you want to repeat the elements continuously, then we can use the multiplication operator. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So Vamsi and Shumit, are you following my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. For example, you have a list and I want to be add some new element. I want to be add the some new element to my existing list. For that one, we have a method is append method. Okay. A dot append of, for example, 10. If it is the 10, which means that this is the 10 will be added to your existing list A. So here, if I'm doing the print of A, 10 will be added to my A variable. Okay, so A, which is already having the 1 comma 2 comma 3, and which is adding the one element to end of your list. For example, if you want to be add the one more element, so which is the 20, so it will go on storing at end of your list. Okay, so this is the way append method can be in work. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 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 now fine. For example, if you want to remove this element, whatever the element you are added, if you want to remove this particular element, then we can use the pop method. For example, you have the 5 elements are there, the list which is having the 5 elements. So when I'm using the pop, okay, it will remove the last element. Okay, again if I'm using the pop, again it will be remove the last element. So after you removing the 20, then the last element is 10, right? For the second time, the 10 can be removing it. Okay. Initially, there are 5 elements are there. So first pop, which is removing the first last element. Okay. After that one, you're printing the A so that we are getting this particular result. Again, if I'm using the pop, so the A which is having now 4 elements, from the 4 elements, you are removing the last element. So we have only 3 elements now. Clear? So this is the way append will be used to adding the element at end of your list, and pop will be used to remove the elements from the last. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So, yes, tell me.
If I want to add the numbers in middle or what
Of
can I
course
do?
we can. Of course we can do it. That's a nice question, and let's do it now. That one. Okay. For example, we have a list. We have a list. Okay, we have a list which is having the 1 and 8 and 30 and 23 and 100. Okay, so there are 5 elements are there. So my intention is I want to add the one element in between the 20 to 30. Okay, so you know what, in the list which is having the positions, the list element having its own positions, this is the position 1, this is position 2, this is position, sorry, this is position 1, position 2, position 3, this is position 1, position 0, position 1, position 2, position 3, and this is position 4. Okay, now I want to be adding the 500. I want to add the 500, or let me consider 50. Okay, I want to add the 50 in between 30 and 23. When you're adding the 50 in between 20 and 33, okay, so after the 30 the position has changed to 50 position is 3, but previously 23 position is 3, right? It was changed as the 4, and previously 100 position is 4, right? It was changed as the 5. Okay, so when we are adding the 50 in between the position 2 and 3, so the 50 will be in a after the 30 actually. Okay, so for that one we can have a function is insert method. Okay, we have a method is insert. Okay, so insert. So if you don't know how we should use it, insert method, actually it's requires the 2 arguments. It requires the 2 arguments. The argument first one is, if you are not aware of it, what first argument what it is, and second argument what it is, if you don't know, then we have a function is help function, and we just give you list of insert. So if you're giving this function, so first one is the index, second one is the object. So which position I want to add the 50? Actually first position 0 position, this is 1 position, 2 position. In a position of 3 I want to add the 50. So here we can give you the 3, and I want to add the element is 50 in the position of 3. Now we can see the variable a which is having the, so previously we don't have any 50. Now we have a 50 in between the 30 and 20 with help of the insert method. But make sure that the insert which requires the index position and corresponding value. Clear?
Yes, sir.
That is the use of insert method. Not only adding the element in the middle, if you want to remove that particular positional elements also, we can do it actually. For example, here we have a 50. Okay, initially we have a 50. Now what I want to do it, we just use the pop and we just provide the position. So which positional number element you want to remove it, just we can provide the a dot pop of 3. So in the position of 350 is there, it can remove the 50. Now we have only that 1 8 30 23 and 100. So 50 was removed. So this is the way you can add the element in the middle, as well as we can remove the element from the list in the middle also. Okay, in somewhere else the position, if you know the position. Clear? I hope append insert pop method is clear.
Yes.
Okay, now I have a list which we have the no some number of 5 elements are there. So now instead of remove the some positional thing, I just want to remove the directly a number. Directly I want to remove the number instead of the position. Because of sometimes you're not aware of the position, right? Maybe it having huge number. Okay, I want to remove one specific number, then we just give you the remove method. When I'm using the remove method, we just give the position. Instead of giving the position directly, we can provide the number, then it can be removed successfully. Okay, clear? Clear or not?
Yeah, clear answer.
It's clear. Okay, now so for example, we have a list. I want to clear all, I want to remove all elements in one shot. So there are 5 elements are there, you're removing the 5 elements in one time. Okay, so now the list which is having empty. Okay, so this is the way you can use the clear method. Meanwhile, we have a copy method is there. So copy, what it will do, we are copying the elements from A and we are holding into the another variable that we can do it, that we can assigning to another variable. Okay, so now the value of A and the values of B both are same. So this is the way you can copy the elements from one. Just 1 second, guys. So try to make it this information in your notes. I just back in 1 minute. Okay, now we have a copy, clear, and remove, pop, and insert, and append. These are the methods was done, right? For example, we have a list. It may have some, some numbers. We have something like this. See, now what I want to do it, I want to reverse it. So reverse in the sense, first elements becomes last elements are becomes the first elements. So that is the use of the reverse. That is the functionality of the reverse is making first will be last, last will be first, and second last will be second one, and this way it can be reversing it. Okay, that is the use of the reverse method. And we have a method is sort method. When I'm using the sort method, which elements are ordering into from lowest level to higher, that means ascending format. So the data, it can be arranging in ascending format. That's the use of the sort method. Clear? Sort, reverse, and copy, clear, reverse, and pop, insert. These are the methods you understood, right? Now, for example, we have one element. It might be repeated some number of times. Okay, for example, 4 is repeated 3 times. Okay, 4 is repeated 3 times. I want to know how many times the a how many times the 4 which is existed in my a variable. Okay, so here the 4 is repeated or available in a 3 times, so that the count will be counting how many times one particular element is available. Okay, or is there? So any questions here till now?
No, sir.
No, Anjan. Clear.
Okay. Okay, now if I want to miss anything, let me check what are the functions are there inside of the list. For that one, we can use the dir of list. It will listing all the things. So we understood the append, clear, copy, and count. Extend was not done. Let me explain now. Index is done, insert is done, pop done, reverse is done, remove done, and sort is done, right? Now extend. Let's talk about extend. For example, we have some list which is having the 1 comma 2 comma 3, and I have the b which is having the list is 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, now what I want to do it now, so I would like to go for extending the a with the elements of b. So for that one we can use the extend. Okay, extend of b. So now the a which is extending with the elements of b as well. Okay, so that's a use of the extend method. Clear? Here I have a question. So for example, here the list, it might having some number of elements are there. Okay, and so I want to be access the elements, positive or negative. So it can be supporting the both positive and positive indexing and negative indexing. Okay, so a of 0, and a of -1. Okay, sorry, a of 0 which means it's a 1, a of 1 which is the second element, it's a 2, and a of 2, it's a second element is 3. Okay, and or else you can try to make it different values instead of confusion for yourself. Okay, so a of 2 and a of 3 and a of 4, this is the way you can able to go for accessing the elements from right to left with help of the positive numbers. Okay, same way we can access the elements from right to left also with help of the negative indexing. A of -1 and a of -2 and a of -3 and a of -4. Okay, a of -5. So this is the way you can able to go for accessing the elements in a reverse order. Okay, from last to first. Not only these things, so it can be supporting the slicing also. Slicing means what? Slicing means continuous data elements we can accessing from the list. For example, if I go ahead with a of for example 4 comma 7. Okay, 4 comma 7, 4 colon 7 in the sense fourth position element, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? So this is 4, 5 and 6. 4 to 6, what are the elements we have it? Those elements we can access. Fourth, fifth and sixth positional elements, what we have it, it will accessing when you are giving the start and stop index. Okay, and now if you're not mentioning the start index, if you're just mentioning the stop index, then it will start from the 0. By default it's a 0, so that which is accessing from the 0 to where we need to stop, till that one it can be accessing. Okay, total 6 elements we can, sorry, 7 elements we can access, 0 to 6 we can access. Okay, for example, you mention the start index but you're not mention the stop, then till end of your list it can be accessing 2 to so 2 to end we can access. Okay, this is the way the slicing will help you to access the elements from the list. Clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fine.
So if we have a two set of elements, then we can access both the sets.
Of course, for example, you are asking about, so the list, it might be contains the list. That's what you're asking the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the list, it might having another list, then if you want to access the first list, then we can use the A of 0. If you want to access the second list, we can use the A of 1. Okay. So this is the way we can accessing the sublist. But if you want to access the sublist elements also, we can do it actually. For example, I want to access the 4. So this
Mhm.
is the position of inside of the sublist, the position, internal position is 0. This is 1, this is 2. In the position of 0, again we have a sub positions of 0, 1 and 2. So I want to access the second position element, so that A of 0 of 2. Okay, I want accessing the 4, or if you want access the 4, or if you want access the 8, 8 position is 0 again, because of this entire list is
Sub.
main list of index is 1, but internal index is again, which is started with 0. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is my main index, and sub index is, it's a 0. So eighth index is 0, so that we can give you A of 0 of 2, which means it's a 4, A of 1 comma 0, which means it's a 8 actually. Okay, this is the way you can perform the, or we can accessing the sub elements as well. Okay.
Okay.
And we have a dicing concept. I think we seen in a string data type, right? Okay, so in case of dicing in Python programming language, so which is start with the start index, and it will stop at the stop index. Okay, and for example, there is a 4 and 4, total 8 elements are there. For example, we can add some 4 more elements, some numbers we have it. You don't know how many number of elements are there. Okay, let's try for this one. So just for making, if you have a huge number of elements, then it will be easy to access some more elements. Okay, so for example, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. There are 15 elements are there. So for example, if I'm giving the 13 and I want to access the every fourth element, okay, so which is started with the 2 and it has to stop at a 12 before 12. Okay, the index position, make sure that which is equal or less than or equal to 12. Okay, but which is started with the 4, right? So 2, which is started with the 2, right? So next step is 4, right? 2 plus 4, it's a 6. 6 plus 4, it's a 14. 14 which is less than or equal to 12? No. So that's the reason the positional elements of the 2 comma 6, it will access. Sorry, 6 plus 4, 10. So 10 plus 4, it's a 14. So from 2 to 12, what are the positions we have it? For every fourth element we can access. That is the meaning of it. From 2 to 12, every fourth element we are going to be accessing. 2 plus 4, it's a 6. 6 plus 4, it's a 10. 10 plus 4, it's a 14. 14 will be more than the 12, so that we are accessing only the positions of 2, 6, 10. So for example, if you are giving the A of 3 colon, and for example 10 colon, and here you're giving the 2, then this particular situation, which is started with the 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. So 9 plus 2, it's a 11. 11 will be greater than or equal to 9. Okay, sorry, greater than or equal to 10. So that we are accessing only these 4 elements: 3 position, 5 fifth position, 7th position, and 9th position element. Okay, now if you're not giving the start index, you mentioned just stop index, and you mentioned the step index as well. So which is started with the 0, 0 position, 0 plus 3, 3 position, 3 plus 3, 6 position, 6 plus 3, ninth position also we can access. Okay, and now we mentioned the start position, but you are not mentioned the stop position. And and you are mentioned the 4. So you know what, which is started with the, let me try with this one too. Okay, so which is started with the 2, 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 4 it's a 14. There are 15 elements are there, so that which is the positions of 2, 6, 10, 14 positions we can access. So if you not mention the stop, for example, you mention the start, you mention the stop as well, but you're not mentioning the step. By this time, so step will be default, it's a 1. So 2 to 11, what are the elements we have, it will access. That's the use of the dicing. This concept we are calling it say list dicing. Okay, this concept is nested indexing. Okay, this concept we are calling it a slicing, list slicing. This concept negative indexing. This concept we are calling it a positive indexing. Okay, positive indexing, negative indexing, list slicing, and nested indexing, list dicing. So these are the concepts will be part of it. Now, last but not least, for example, if you have a list, we can change this with help of the indexing. Also, we can change the elements in the position of 1. Unfortunately, I have to mention the 200, but I mentioned the 2. So we just simply use the indexing assignments, we can modify it. So this kind of operation we are calling it say mutable. So mutable data type, list is the mutable data type. We can change the data inside of the list. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
for today's class, guys. I hope you clear my point. If you have any questions, you can let me know. And but Vamshi and Sumit, as of now I'm not getting your mail IDs, so make sure that you can send your mail IDs to your consultant. Those guys will share me actually. Okay,
Sure.
Yeah,
yeah, bye, take care, see you guys.